Last time on danganronpa lapse. Should we take the gun? Ow! I see the expression sharpen as she made a definitive decision. I see her eyes glazing through a plan of action. Yes! Yeah! I know that's probably not a good sign, but please. Ah! I push slowly and ah! No! She's alive. Yes! And now back to please. Oh, one of my favorite again. I can't do it anymore, please. Hello, everyone. My name is Cal, and today we are back with another episode of danganronpa lapse. And once again, I'm recording this right after the deadly life because you know, am I a little masochistic? Maybe. You know, that's not the point. Anyways, last episode, basically what happened is that in the aftermath of, Lyle, you know, breaking apart the kitchen, you know, as one does, Missy comes up with a plan to, threaten Cyrus into talking more about his identity. And we left the gun on the first floor on the table, which I kinda knew was a bad move, but like, you know... You know, it's like trust, power, friendship, you know? But like, yeah, basically, Missy went to go get the gun, and then Ashley got some rope, and then what happened after that is that we heard gunshots around the smoke lounge, and then Ashley put Echo in the art gallery. I think she tied up the door, and that's why the door was locked in there, so yeah. Locked, you know. Say let us out, and then we went into the smoke lounge to discover my evil husband, Cyrus, is dead now. So that's fantastic. I'm coping great. In the next room over in the casino, Ashley was lying on the ground. Which, yeah, not ideal. Thankfully, Ashley's alive, and she's currently in the infirmary next door to the courtroom. So, yeah, here, my thing is, I don't really have any victim predictions. Victim prediction? Gee, I wonder who the victim could be in this chapter issue. I'm so great with words. I don't really have too much, like, I don't have any, like, solid, like, ideas of who the culprit could be. It could be Ash! Like, just because I feel that'd be really sad to be like, oh, she's alive, and then she's getting recovered, but then I don't know, I feel that'd be really sad. And then Echo, like, has hope again, like, splat, you know. I'm thinking it's a girl just because, like, last time it was a boy and a girl, so, you know. It could also be Say, I don't know. Just because she, like, stayed in her room all day. But she was also with Lyle. I don't believe it's Missy, you know. It's not because I sing for her really bad, I promise, guys. I don't know, it's just too obvious for it to be her. So, you know, with that out of the way, let's actually get to the trial. I hope my Monica voice doesn't get any more voice cracky than it already is. What? I'm great, guys. Let's go over the rules, shall we? We're all gonna try to figure out who the culprit is of today's heinous crime. The rules are as follows. Discuss, discover, and determine if the culprit is among your group. You know, among us. The majority are involved with similar individuals, you know. And we'll just see what happens from there, yeah? When the few all comes to the curve. Determine and vote correctly, and the entire class is executed, with the culprit alone able to walk free and win the ultimate prize. That's the ideal end game for the culprit. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and perish at the hands of your group decision. You might just want to see another day. Isn't that great? Our victim today is Cyrus Surf, the ultimate charisma. More like the ultimate nonsense. What's no one dismissed of his name and talent? I wasn't, because he was hot and amazing. He still is. He's you know, he's still, I would be. It really shouldn't be surprising when the charisma was not really his talent. Regardless, I called on a shiver last night, and look where we are! You were all quick to take what I said to heart, huh? Oh, I'm glad. Saves me from having to get a motive set up and all that. So, without further ado, discuss away! Don't mind if I do. Lyle. Missy. You think you know what I'm gonna say? Then say it for yourself.
You think I'm suspect. Who goes there? The point is mute. I'm not the culprit, and that's all I'll say in the matter. I don't think Missy's the culprit, but something's definitely up. And why do you expect me to roll with just that? Because if you all vote incorrectly, then we'll all be in danger. Well, that's obviously the case for everyone. Prove my innocence or take my word for it. I don't understand. Missy, what's going on with you? Don't you think that's a bit much to ask given the circumstance? I have my convictions. I'm refusing to share my alibi for my own reasons. And yet you don't fear the consequences? Literally, I understand. Oh no, we might just not understand where Missy is coming from, but like, still, everyone's gonna die if we roll incorrectly. You're ridiculous. I'll relay it out all nice for you, okay? And then we can discuss whether or not holding your tongue is the wisest thing to do in this scenario. Because it's a fact. You're not partnered with anyone, you refuse to share an alibi, and you were the one who had the gun in the first place. Do you know what killed the victim this time? A gunshot. You likely proposed to have them in groups so you could operate on your own. Isn't this all too damning not to be true? Spider dangerously challenging Lyle to help my beliefs and Missy's steadfast. I wanted in all sincerity to trust everyone involved in this horrible game, but considering 2 people have been murdered, 1 executed, 1 attacked, it was becoming difficult to justify my stance. I didn't understand what was there for Missy to hide. You know what, forget it. I'm taking charge of the discussion. Once again, I can only rely on myself. Echo, you're a walking record of events. Tell me why I shouldn't think Missy was alone during the crime.
Walking record? I'm not a encyclopedia of evidence. I know you know the ultimate memory, but shit.
Or Canon, if you have some sort of weird photo, fess up. Echo or Canon, I don't care. What do you want to pipe up something I can work with?
It can't be possible that neither of you saw anything.
Okay, get into it. Get into it, yeah. Lyle has a sight getting something out of me and Canon, but as far as I know, neither of us could have seen anything.
Shut up, Lyle.
Good for you, Canon.
Shut up, Lyle.
I know you're fucking gay and grieving, but like, shut the fuck up. I have no photograph of the sort.
But we didn't see any on the 3rd floor. I didn't see anyone in the halls.
I was in the garage with Forte for the majority of the afternoon. Yes, as soon as we heard the first shot, I suggested we retreat to the garage and blocked entry from the 2 doors, the main hall door and the art gallery door. As for me, after the 2 shots were fired, I found myself stuck in the art gallery. The 3rd floor activity rooms can't be locked. Canon and Forte blocked the garage side door, and the main side doors are just inexplicably locked? Okay, I think that was Ashley's doing it. Hold on. Say, can you recall what happened when we first met earlier? Before we discovered Cyrus's body, that is. When we met, you came tumbling out of the art gallery when Lyle and I arrived on the 3rd floor. Yes, but I couldn't leave the room for the inside. Oh, yeah! Lyle, when we arrived on the 3rd floor, there was a bang coming to the gallery. I couldn't check to see who or what was inside until I unwound the rope that bound the double doors together. Okay, confluence. Yeah. Okay. See, Lyle, there's no way Canon or I saw anything that happened during the crime. If anything, Say and Lyle's whereabouts ought to be grilled as well, since they could have more questionable actions than us. That's right. Say, Missy said you were alone in your personal room for a portion of in the morning. Now she declined an invitation to my morning announcement. Yeah. But later, after I heard 2 shots, I poked my head out, only to get dragged out of my room by Lyle. I don't see how Miss Say could have done it, though, so... I don't know. Is it Ashley? Please don't want to be Ashley. I don't know who else could be. After investigating the mansion, I figured if anything fishy was going on, I'd have a witness with me to back my testimony. And while nothing happened to us in particular, I'd at least have to stay there to support my alibi during the gunshots. Despite that, you were still acting suspiciously this morning, smashing the ovens and all. Lyle, don't you think you yourself warrant an explanation for what you were doing? Huh? I don't need to justify anything I'm doing. I'm the ultimate puzzle master, put in this evil game to solve it inside out. If you all have any faith in your ultimate talents, you'll have faith in mine and my goals as well. I don't care if I break the rules. It's all part of the plan. I'll avenge Art. I'll stop the killings. And I'm solving this killing game on my own. Come hell or high water. But didn't it occur to you that I'm on the same agenda? What? What are today's stakes for you, Missy? I was the only person I encountered that made my talent worthwhile. I can trust only myself. I'll work alone until I grasp the situation with my own hands. Only then will it be real. Everyone involved are just pieces of this puzzle.
What is this guy even saying? You're an oddball, Lyle. What that you're reminding me?
Reminding you of what?
Not much power at the corner, believe it or not. He built the controls off and monitors all outside board stuff, you know, things that aren't killing. But I know you'd all eventually end up back here soon enough, so I just had to wait.
Wait, what? Ah! With a snap, the trial wall slammed open to reveal a large metal hexagon adorned with a cool-looking M. Lyle crumbed to the floor, and we all backed away, astonished at whatever invisible pain was being inflicted upon it. Oh, what the fuck?
What are you doing? Zero! Don't do that to him! It's a sonic weapon! High power sound wave for me! Press play for Lyle!
Oh, don't do that to Lyle! Zero! This is homophobic!
This is what you get for fiddling with my door track! Ah! That's so funny. I think Lyle played it bright enough. There's no fun adjustment he had in killing you myself unless I'm executing a culprit. Don't mess with my stuff.
Somehow Lyle remains standing. Please, we must move discussion along. Unless we face a similar dangerous fate, we need to discuss the case. Shut it, Missy! We're here because of you! Lyle was livid, fighting back against collapsing by will of sheer force. I'm taking control of the discussion this time. Echo, I need you to recall as much information as you can about the murder weapon, the gun.
What? Who do you think you are, demanding such things?
I'm Lyle Termina, the ultimate puzzle master. Need I say again? I'll solve this case like all the puzzles that have come my way. Your memories are a tool for solving this, and I'll be damned if I don't use something as instrumental as that. Get to it, Echo. I don't have all day.
Okay, bitch. God.
Alright, I'll try to relay what I remember to you all. I might have it up for Missy, but going over the timeline could help us put her in clear. I think it would be best to start from when the murder weapon was revealed. Maybe we can trace who had it in the final moments. It was originally possessed with the gun, Missy Vesper. Missy Vesper was the one who initially revealed the gun this morning. She said she woke up in a personal room with the gun given to her as a test to see whether or not she belonged in the preservation project. Missy called me and some other students to discuss her possessing the gun. Who are the other students in the group? Oh, it was the first one. Missy assembled a small group for a meeting. There she brought the existence of the weapon to our attention and discussed her intentions with the gun. She would not cause any harm with it. The group consisted of Forte, Ashley, Missy, and Canon as well. Everyone at that morning meeting agreed to place an implicit trust in our peers. Missy left the gun in the foyer. After the meeting, Missy left the gun in the main table foyer, wrapped in the cloth she'd been carrying it in. After discussing the existence of such a weapon, something happened. What if the thing that was in Ashley's hands was the cloth? I think I would cease. I think I would cease to exist. After discussing the existence of such weapons, something happened. Lyle was destroying the kitchen. Okay. Yeah, Lyle was destroying the kitchen. We discussed the existence of a gun, among other things, until we were interrupted by a loud sound coming from the kitchen. Our whole group went over at once to see what was going on, and there we found Lyle, destroying the kitchen oven as a means to test the rules. Lyle announced that he would solve the killing game and went to third floor? Lyle said he would solve the killing game and absconded to the third floor to look for more clues, all the while clutching the secret note from yesterday. He left the kitchen and took the elevator up as the rest of us remained in the foyer, confused. Shortly after, Cyrus appeared at the top of the second floor stairs, causing someone to act, Missy Vesper. Shortly after Lyle departed for the third floor, Cyrus made an appearance at the top of the second floor stairs. Missy went up to confront Cyrus by having a conversation with him in the jazz club. The rest of us went to investigate the third floor for an escape route. I believe it's worth mentioning that Canada and Forte went up first, with me and Ashley following afterwards. None of us had a gun. From the looks of it, Missy and Cyrus' conversation in the jazz club is a gray area that none of us were privy to. Care to explain yourself and why we shouldn't be suspicious of a private altercation moments before his murder? I was attempting to extract information from him. As you all know, he was acting intensely suspicious yesterday. However, rather than avoid him, I thought to take action and confront him head first. You mentioned this before, but can you explain why you think he's putting on a facade? I mean, for all we know, every word out of his mouth could be a lie. Body language. Huh? Body language? Ah, It seems Canon noticed it as well. Cyrus' body language suggests developing the impression that he's tense, as if he were being pressured or under stress. Actions speak louder than words, after all. That's true. I did think he looked a bit more foreboding than usual. Ultimately, did you get anything from him? Unfortunately not. He was the same stubbornly cryptic person he was last night. So that's it. Anne echoes recollections of people involved in the murder weapon, whose name came up several times. Missy. Missy, come on. Tell us what happened, please. So you don't think your course of action would heavily imply a murderous intent that led to the circumstance? Did Missy do something wrong? I think she did something wrong that just wasn't murder. Yes. Signs are strenuously pointed towards me being the one behind it all, but I don't wish to divulge the reason behind those actions. Why? Why? There has to be something. Is she covering for someone? I didn't want to admit it, but I was beginning to have my doubts about Missy. But if the discussion was worth anything, it had to be a test. Whether or not I could really trust Missy. She revealed a gun, after all, and asked us tactically to trust her. Yeah, if she was gonna murder someone with a gun, she would have just, done it behind our backs, and, we would have, no idea that, where the gun would have come from, and we would have just, if she was gonna murder someone with a gun, she would have done it. She wouldn't have told us, because it would have been oh, who had the gun? And then it would just be a mystery, and, she'd get away. If she's the ultimate tactician, she would have been much smarter than this if she actually wanted to, murder someone. And, she doesn't have that intent. That's from what I can see. And asked us tactically to trust her. Should I even trust her to begin with? What if she was just goading someone on to be incriminated so she could get away with it? Should I trust Missy? Yes! Guess who discovered there's a second page, there's more pages to this. Should I trust Missy? Yes! I trust my wife! I trust my wife! I want to believe in her. That means scrutinizing her actions to free her from suspicion. We couldn't afford to jump to conclusions. If I may, I think we need to turn over as many questionable facts as we can to lift suspicion. I agree, the evidence is unmistakably painted with Missy's name, but I'm still not convinced she would have had the malicious intent to kill Cyrus. Missy was the one who suggested splitting up to find things that could threaten Cyrus into talking, but she made it clear she had never had any intention of firing the gun. Is that so? It was after she had her conversation with Cyrus in the morning. Our morning group of Canon, Forte, Ashley, and myself paired off to investigate the third floor for an escape route. After some time, Missy met up with me and Ashley outside the garage to talk about Cyrus' weird behavior. It was then that she discussed with Ashley the idea of threatening Cyrus to talk. This was just before the shots began. It was clear she used that opportunity to act alone and retrieve the gun herself to shoot Cyrus. How would bring that up to lift suspicion from Missy? If anything, it's more damning proof. Oh! Ah! Whoa! That's my cue! Just a minute, please. Oh my god! Yes! That was so cool! Just a minute, please. What I don't understand is, why would Missy kill Cyrus if she didn't get the information she wanted? I can only assume the following for her case. She made an attempt to have a civil conversation with Cyrus, only to walk away empty-handed. I said that weird, but whatever. The motivation is lost, and there shouldn't be any reason to threaten him further in that case. Oh sure, make something up in her defense, will you? Can't stop messing now. She's the one who made the bold move of bringing the gun to our attention. Now I have to trust that she didn't do anything wrong. Come on, Forte. Carry us! We're all dumbasses! There's no telling what transpired between Missy and Cyrus. Seeing as all of us witnessed her contentious interaction with him in the jazz club, it might take some work to get Lila on the other side. Missy could be lying about not getting information, just like how she's withholding her alibi. Give it up! Why should we be protecting this culprit? Missy's the only one with actions of glaring noteworthy suspicion, and if you can disprove it, then by all means! This could be a part of her plan, to lead us in circles during discussion with her lofty admissions. Okay. Give it up. Why should we be protecting the culprit? Okay, that's that. It's not necessarily protecting the culprit as it is trusting Missy didn't have any malicious intentions. That's nonsense. There's no hard proof of something like trust. That's fair. If we blindly trusted everyone who just asked us to, nothing would get done. Shoot. Has a point. Trust can't be used to prove anything at this stage. Yeah. Hang on just a minute. We need to discuss every aspect of this case before jumping to any conclusions. I believe there's something at the crime scene that can clear Missy of suspicion. Then out with it! Thing that can prove Missy's innocence. Blowtorch, gun, kiosk. Blowtorch, gun, kiosk. Blowtorch, gun, kiosk. Kiosk, is that blood on it? Okay. No need to recess. I'm fucking dumb. Okay, let's use the gun. Because it had blood on it, right? Okay. It's the only thing I could think of, but I need to spin this into an argument somehow. Although it's been noted several times that the gun puts Missy in a dangerous situation, something strange about the gun. Contest. Lyle, say there's something I want you to recall for me. Before discovering the body, you two ran to Missy on the 3rd floor main hall, correct? Yeah, that was right before I helped you out in the art gallery. If that's the case, I want to ask. Do you see blood in her hands? Exactly! Exactly! We're on the same page! Blood on her hands? Nothing of the sort! So you didn't see blood stuck to her hand, but there was blood stuck to the handle of the gun. If Missy really did kill Cyrus by shooting him, why didn't she have blood stuck to her hand when you saw her? You wouldn't be able to forget seeing something shocking like blood-stained hands. Come on. If there was Pepto-Bismol on her hands, you would have seen it. Simple answer. Missy could have washed her hands. One day I approached to the 3rd floor and saw Missy exit one of the personal rooms. She refuses to share her alibi because she must have been plotting the crime with an accomplice on the 3rd floor. After she was acting bitchy when Lyle and I ran into her. Huh? I thought I heard something like that outside the garage doors. Oh, yeah, the conversation. I heard parts of her conversation just before I called for help. Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, I think I can figure out who was speaking at the time. Lie, you must be a raving madman if you think you can run around the building alone. I'm not doing anything suspicious. I'm doing everything I can to get out of here and like the rest of you. And what were you doing approaching around one of the 3rd floor personal rooms anyways? How did you even get in there? That is none of your business. So, you heard that? Yes. Say and I caught Missy in the act. She spoke around one of the 3rd floor personal rooms. And how do you suppose she entered the room? She entered the room using that residence bracelet. Ooh. Oh. That's probably why she didn't want to talk about it. Because she probably got it through not great means. How else she had gotten in? The door was still intact, so it's not like Missy broke it down. Resident room's bracelet. How could she have acquired such a thing? I can only assume whatever Missy and Cyrus were talking about earlier might have something to do with the fact she acquired something that couldn't possibly belong to her. In fact, the idea alone of her entering someone else's room is cause for concern. That's true. How did she enter someone else's room? Okay, what happened in that conversation between Missy and Cyrus? The mechanism for room entry lies in our personally assigned bracelets. Similar to how the bracelets grants access to kiosk functions, the door must default to being locked and only unlock when we're nearby with the corresponding bracelet. There! The bracelets on our person can't unlock doors that don't match, so Missy entering a room that's not hers implies she gained access through alternate means. What alternative means? What else? She witnessed speaking to the only other student here that's been revealed to be associated with the killing game, Cyrus! Fine. I'll yield. Cyrus offered me the bracelet of a student I was closely acquainted with. Out of morbid curiosity, I was told to visit her room. Missy withdrew a small rose gold bracelet similar to the ones we all wore ourselves. Ooh. So yes, not only do I have the bracelet on my person, but I do have a bracelet that does not belong to me. That's what I discovered in the room. What happened? Well, that's as much as I'd like to say. And that's more than enough. There we have it! I explained how she gained entry into the room, as well as lists of reasons for her to retaliate against Cyrus. If that doesn't Missy down for a motive, then I don't know what will. Such a thing this whole time? How was I supposed to defend against something like that? Much evidence is stacked against Missy. Despite the overwhelming number of incriminating facts against her, Missy remained unflinching. It's like she's waiting. Waiting for what? For us to act on her behalf? Out of trust? Ooh! Oh, she trusts us! Oh. Remember, I ought to use the gun to threaten him into talking. Make no mistake, I have absolutely no intention of firing it, but Cyrus needs to know that. Missy being withholding about her alibi, there must be a reason behind it. I'll have to try to work with it rather than against it. I have to trust Missy's intentions. Therefore, I should try to construct an argument that doesn't involve her. Is there another angle I can approach this by? Before we learned of her activity in the room, we were in the middle of disputing the blood-stained gun. Lyle's been aggressively utilizing the connection between Missy and the gun for his argument. But let's say we take her out of the picture. Say she never came into contact with the gun. Perhaps we can tackle the argument from a different side. With just the gun solely in question, we can ask, who really handled the gun? Who handled the gun? Fine, why don't we entertain the thought? Given the bloodstain handled the gun, whoever held the gun must have stained their hands in the process. There can only be two people who handled it. Cyrus and Ashley. Yeah. Ugh. So, there we have it. Echo. Do you think Ashley is capable of killing? What? No way! Ash would never! After all, I'm certain she knows the dangers of killing someone. Her whole life would be on the line. So what? This is the only explanation plausible if we take your position of Mrs. Innocence into consideration. If Ashley's life were threatened, don't you think she wouldn't retaliate? Anyone would fight back. Fight or flight, Echo! There were clear signs of a struggle in the smoke lounge after all. That can't be it! Besides, you confirmed it yourself. We recognize that everyone has an alibi. And we've been neglecting talking about Ashley since she's unconscious. Wait. No. So, if we really want to stand by Missy being trustworthy, then you have to realize there must be someone else within our group that killed him. No. Ash doesn't have a motive either. Yes, she does. Echo, think about it. Throw away your relation to Ashley, think logically. Just because she's here to defend herself doesn't mean she's immune to being suspected. No. No. My head was pounding. I began to feel dizzy. If Ashley had the rope when we were together on the second floor, and there was no rope to found the crime scene, she must have found it at the doors of the gallery. Take it for that the rope kept me locked in the gallery. Ashley yelled out and left to confront something. Think about whoever handled the gun. It can only be those two people. No. Fuck, dude. It's gonna be Ashley. Ash. No! I don't want to think about it! Please! Stop this! They don't want to... What? What's going on? Is this like... Are we switching to someone else's perspective other than Echo? They don't want to discuss Ashley's involvement due to their close relation, but there might be something important that we're missing. Something that only Echo knows. It's gonna be what's in Ashley's hand. It's gonna be the cloth. Fuck. That's why she was like, we shouldn't get the gun, Echo, because she probably already had the gun. Fuck. Something important that only Echo knows. Echo is guarding something. They've painted themselves in the corner. There's no clean way of getting out of this mess. Yikers! Jesus Christ! Echo, you get over there! Get dissociated a little bit. Hello? Echo, babe, you good? I know you're... Look, hey babe, you good there? I can't accept this! If Echo refuses to understand that Ashley is the only person who is capable of handling the gun and shooting Cyrus, then I'll have to lay out all the pieces for them. Oh shit, we're switching to Lyle! Puzzle pieces as always. Echo, allow me to discuss the facts. All of them. Even the unsavory trifling matters will come into play. Just like when you were the one who noticed Ark slip up. If you insist on protecting Missy, there's one person whose actions remain to be scrutinized. And Ashley is the culprit in question. Do I have any objections? I apologize, Echo, but this topic cannot be ignored. Yeah, this is pretty important. The rest of the class remained silent as Echo glared a hole into me. Echo, it's okay, babe. God for them. Again, let's begin with the weapon, the mysterious gun that came from Missy's possession. Seeing as the gun handle was stained with blood, we can surmise only 2 people were in contact with it. As you found the crime scene, both Cyrus and Ashley had bloodstains all over their hands, which naturally leads us to believe one of them fired the gun. I can concur with that assumption. As for how it came to appear on the 3rd floor, just before the gunfire occurred, Ashley and I hatched a plan to confront Cyrus. I was to use the gun as a show of threat. However, when I went to retrieve it from the foyer, it was missing before I had got to it. It's plausible that Cyrus got to it before you. Regretfully so. Then, as the speculated time in question, Cyrus is the only possible suspect to have initially retrieved the gun, since Echo, Ashley, Canon, and Forte were elsewhere. Okay. Now, I can believe we all agreed based on the sounds heard that there are 4 shots in total. In that case, we need to determine the order and relevance of each shot. Canon and I boarded ourselves in the garage in the 3rd floor after the first shot, rang out from the smoke lounge. We sheltered ourselves inside from there on out. And Lyle and I parted up after the second, but we were all the way on the 1st floor. So we can determine that the first 2 shots were not life-threatening ones, since no one was in the vicinity of the smoke lounge and there were 2 gunshots in the wall. And weren't there 3? However, between the 2nd and 3rd shot is where Ashley's alibi becomes problematic. You're wrong! Oh, we're getting guilty. There's nothing wrong with Ashley's alibi. I can verify for her. I was with Ashley from when she went to the 2nd floor to the climbing center, as well as when she went to the 3rd floor. I never let her out of my cell the entire time we were traveling up and down the stairs. What clue proves Echo and Ashley were separated? The rope, right? You're missing a piece in your argument. Ooh. But didn't you say Ashley subbed you in the art gallery just before you heard the 3rd shot? The rope binding the doors proved that there was a moment you 2 were separated from sight. It's possible that she entered the smoke lounge in that time frame. Gah! In that case, the 4th and final shot ought to be the one that killed Cyrus. The only person left without an alibi, given Echo's testimony of the culprit's last movement. The only person left is Ashley. That can't be it! Oh. No. Ash yelled Missy's name. It's possible that Missy was in the vicinity of the smoke lounge. Is there anything that proved Missy was not within the vicinity of the smoke lounge? Not on sites count. Wait a minute! Wait just a minute! Wait, that's not possible! Remember, Lyle and I saw Missy exiting a personal room! She just come out of the personal room when we arrived, and only then had begun to act suspiciously. I suppose I ought to surrender, holding my tongue. Yes, I was withholding my alibi earlier, but the point of secrecy is past now that my whereabouts have come into direct question. I kept my alibi secret to prevent beginning today's deliberation with immediate worry and disillusionment. I confess, Cyrus bestowed upon me a terrible gift. This bracelet. It allowed me access to a room that was not mine, a room belonging to a close personal acquaintance, one I hold in my thoughts often. I entered the room upon Cyrus's taunting introduction that I see for myself what's become of this person. I discovered nothing save my fears becoming reality. My alibi is simply as follows. I did not leave the 3rd floor personal room as I gained entry to after I heard the 2nd gunshot. Therefore, I did not see Ashley on the 2nd floor at all. It took long enough to get that testimony out of you. But in that case, Ashley really is the only person who encountered Cyrus in the smoke lounge. Therefore, we can assume from the appearance of the room that Ashley and Cyrus fought in the duration of time between the 3rd and 4th shot. No way! They're really trying to keep it. They're really trying to defend Ashley. The smoke lounge is a dangerous raid, but the casino wasn't! Ashley's body was found at the casino, so it's possible she never even set foot in the smoke lounge. No. There's no visible visible evidence that you're fighting. The two being separated means they didn't get into strife. There's literally blood stains. There's literally blood stains leading from the smoke lounge to the casino, babe. I love you, and I get where you're coming from. Come on. Echo needs to see the truth. Turning a blind eye is doing more harm than good. It's a clear answer. We need to bring the truth to light. Smoke is in a state of disarray, but the casino wasn't. Ashley's body was found in the casino. It's possible she never set foot in the smoke lounge. There's no visible evidence of fighting. Babe, Echo knows very well there were clear signs of strife. Glass. A new tactic is in order!
Yeah! Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
I know it's not time, but Echo, your judgment is clouded, and I think you know that. There's glass and blood littered near Ashley's unconscious body in the casino that could have only come from one place. The casino itself was spotless, free of signs of struggle. The detritus leading from the smoke lounge to the casino, however, tells a different story. With all these facts in mind, let's review. We reviewed everyone's paired alibis. Missy's room activity and Echo's entrapment in the art gallery in relation to the gunshot timeline raised them from suspicion. We also determined that Cyrus is the one who initially was wielding the gun, and that Ashley had plans to counter Cyrus' scheme. In a small period in which Ashley and Echo were separated, a struggle occurred between Ashley and Cyrus in the smoke lounge just across the hall, resulting in discovering the disorderly state of the room. And yet, at the end of it, one person came out alive and the other dead. Echo, you have to see the culprit behind this as plain as day! What? No. Ah! Face the facts! There's only one possible answer! I refuse! Ooh! Echo going psycho? Is Echo our new antagonist? Oh jeez. I didn't even recall Ash considering Cyrus a threat, so what motive would she have to kill him anyways? Echo, why are you lying? That couldn't be further from the truth. There must be someone! Anyone else involved! Anyone but her! Jeez, you're such a crybaby. You were literally like this last trial, Lyle. That was yesterday. Echo, you really are a stubborn one. Don't you understand the danger we're in? Please, Echo, I understand this is a painful realization for you. We are just as mortified that such a dreadful thing has happened. It's awful, but there has to be a reason, right? No. There is a reason. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why would Ash endanger herself like this? Throwing her life away like this seems so careless. Something that needs to be brought to Echo's attention. Whoa! Was he planning on setting this shit on fire? Oh. Okay. It's brought to Echo's attention. Cyrus' gun wound. Allow me to widen your field of depth. Widen me. Whatever. I believe I have the answer. Or rather, we all do. It seems Echo didn't see the kiosk message. Kiosk message? Remember, the digital kiosk can deliver dictated messages across other kiosks in the building. That's correct. Ken and I saw the message as we waited out the gunfire in the garage. This message was dictated from the smoke lounge sometime after the third shot was fired. Oh! What? I recall it read, "Kill Echo."
Yup, that's exactly right! No one asked you. Bitch.
Oh! I remember now. Lyle and I saw the second floor kiosk light up when we were running by. Come on! You were at the gunfire too, right? So far there have been 3 shots, but where the hell did the gun come from? How would I know? Hey, slow down, I can't keep up! You can't take our sweet time to moment like this, Lyle, look! The kiosk! It's displaying a message! Kill Echo. Cyrus Cirque. They give sibling vibes. The smoke lounge! It's on the 3rd floor! I never saw such a thing, but it's awfully damning in what it's implying. I concur it's quite a pointless message. In that case, we can assume that Echo might have been Cyrus's intended target. Echo, Ashley didn't endanger herself out of carelessness, but for your sake. She threw away her life into the fray to keep yours safe. Why Echo? Does Cyrus know something about Echo then? Then there should be little doubt that the fourth shot must have been the one to kill Cyrus. The shot fired after Ashley left Echo's side. I don't understand. Why for me? I'm not like the rest of you. I'm no ultimate student. I can't survive the strife between ultimates. I don't have skills or talents off the world. It should have been me. At the opposite end of the gun. No. Echo, it shouldn't have been. None of you should have been the one at the opposite of the gun, please. Pardon me. The voice of Eve interrupted the looming courtroom silence. I have an update on Ashley's health. She's steadily recovering at the moment. She's okay. However, I discovered traces of Complex 53 in her system. What? Complex 53? Is that not the very substance Zero threatened time and time again to release? Yes, I examined the bracelet in her possession, and it appears the glass vial has been shattered, allowing the liquid state to enter her system via absorption through the skin. Shattered. It's plausible that it broke from some kind of impact from Cyrus and Ashley's fight. Just a minute. The bracelet in her possession? Is it not her own bracelet? It is not. Oh. She had in her possession the bracelet of Silva Prower. Ashley's bracelet is still intact. Oh. Cyrus must have given her the bracelet too. If she had Silva's bracelet, then there's no doubt. She had a clear motive. It's possible she was goaded on by Cyrus with the bracelet of an important figure, just as Missy's was. No, wait! Cyrus probably just broke the vial himself and administered the liquid to Ashley in their fight! Or Zero could have leached it to harm her! Zero's killing him announcement always talks about toxic gases, so it's plausible that he's the one behind it! Damn it, Echo! Tired this. You still refuse to accept the reality of this case. Zero can't have done it, and I'll tell you why it's simply not even up for debate. I was testing the rules earlier this morning, right? Rule 4 states that breaking major assets is strictly prohibited, but nothing happened all day. It was only until the beginning of this very trial I suffered the effects of Zero's sonic weapon as punishment for breaking the rules. If he waited until we entered the trial grounds to punish me, why would he unleash the Complex 53 toxin if there weren't any signs of Ashley breaking the rules? Zero, did you or did you not release Complex 53 onto Ashley?
What? I'm only the arbiter of this game.
Answer!
Nope, didn't do it.
No. This can't be. You still don't get it! Been running around in circles of the trial because you vehemently refuse to face the truth! Don't you have any value in your life? Your lapse in judgment is what will get us all killed! Lyle, have some sympathy, won't you? But I have to agree with you. Echo, please. The trial's difficult enough to participate in, but it's necessary to determine the culprit is for our safety. Allow yourself to be selfish and act on self-preservation instead of on the well-being of others. Don't concern yourself with protecting me. Don't concern yourself with speaking for Ashley. You'll only end up hurting yourself if we judge this case incorrectly. Just follow the truth, and you can protect yourself. I know we're asking a lot since the truth isn't what you want to hear, but please. Fuck. Come on, Echo. I know. Protect myself? What does that mean? I thought I'd protect Missy on behalf of Trust. She placed her faith in us after all. And I had to protect Ashley because she's my closest friend, but myself? I felt stuck. I know Missy didn't kill Cyrus, I just know it. It was impossible for anyone else to have killed him, so the answer was clear as day. Just didn't want to accept it. But by doing so, I was drawing out this trial for my own self-indulgence. And by dragging everyone else through this hell. I had forgotten the reason we're here. To save ourselves. and I've purposely suppressed the fact that there was something on the crime scene that solidified Ashley's involvement. Saw the damning thing, and I choose to forget it. Yes, the weapon was undebatable. The culprit had a motive. Shuggles showed traces of her involvement. The person who fought Cyrus and eventually won was... Oh, jeez. Wonder what it is. You really get a multitude of choices here. Jeez. Ashley Westbridge killed Cyrus Cirque. Ashley.
I'm gonna take this long conversation to assume they're all done discussing the case, yeah? After all, it was pretty obvious in the start. Well, whatever. This is your space anyway, so without further ado, it's voting time!
Fuck. Gee. I wonder who it could be. Jeez. No, Ashley, please. Please don't leave. No, please. 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 Talking to you. She's only guilty of being perfect and wonderful and amazing. Please. I mean, she's not perfect, but like, come on.
Ding, ding, ding! Yes, the culprit responsible for the murder of Cyrus Cirque is none other than the ultimate jockey, Ashley Westbridge. And almost all of you voted correctly! Luckily, majority rules, so it's punishment time! No, at least let's actually say something!
He's Ashley says. He's Ashley say it. Oh my god. Class trial adjourned. Fuck. Wait, what did you mean by that? Almost all of us voted correctly?
Oh, well, it's my fault for not mentioning that no voting is a big no-no! But voting should be common sense! You have a responsibility to make sure your voice is heard! Lives are on the line! Or something like that. Let's do it now.
Don't run me into this asinine argument.
Think of it this way! You're voting for the lesser of two evils! Punish one person for committing a crime or punish them for being ignorant! But I can see your echo face as they figured it all out, so I chose that's how to vote. I'm trying to the nicest, most flexible judge ever! Ha 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 ha!
Echo, you didn't vote? How could I? Unbelievable! Everyone's lives are at stake, and you still had the audacity to protect the culprit! You're a hopeless case, Echo. I don't understand how you fail to recognize the weight of our actions. The truth was glaringly obvious, and yet you continue to turn away. You've no perception of consequence! How dare you refuse giving your all in order to save yourself? Why are you attacking me? The thing that just happened to my best friends! It's awful! You know how I feel too, Lyle? Already you lost 3 friends. Why does this cycle keep turning? Of course, I know how you feel, but it's pointless to let things spin out like this. That's why I try my best to solve this killing game. I don't need you to turn your cheek away from reality. It'll only make things worse. Damn it. Damn it. I looked over to Ashley, who recovered enough strength to join us in the courtroom at the last moments of our discussion. Ash, I don't get it. To protect me, you threw yourself into danger. Say something! And look where it caught you at the flight of an execution! Ash, you're such an idiot. How could you do things so careless? Echo, I thought about nothing but your safety. Huh? All I ever wanted was the safety and health of my friends, but look what rotten trouble I get everyone into. First Silva, now Echo. Maybe it's better like this. Echo, you don't have to worry about me anymore. Thank goodness, right? No! No! Stop it! Stop it! That's what friendship is all about, is like worrying about each other and being like stupid and shit. at me anymore. Thank goodness, right? If I was in that trial, he wouldn't have budged, and he might have voted Missy off instead. At least you know you can trust her. What are you saying? I thought that if I could remove a threat from this horrible game, my actions would have all been worth it. But it turns out Cyrus just asking for this. Cyrus used the Sylva's bracelet as a show threat. The reason he had it and Sylva didn't was because Cyrus said he had eliminated him. Is that right? He said the same to me when I received my additional bracelet. Cyrus, the ultimate confidential informant, knew things we would soon rather forget, and he used that information to get under our skin.
I told you he's someone to be wary of!
So, Ashley essentially lost us the Preservation Project's goal? What if he had information that he could have gotten us out?
Oh, he had information, alright, but he would never tell.
Zero's right. When I confronted him to inquire about his facade, he kept dodging my questions. He's acting so odd. As it appears, his strange behavior went all according to plan. He was acting suspicious to invite someone into attacking him. And I completely fell for it. But I felt terrible after, because when he collapsed, the impressive facade faded and he laughed. I was glad. Yes, Cyrus fully intended to take someone down with him. Cyrus fired those 2 initial shots to draw attention. I arrived on the 3rd floor with Echo. I ushered Echo into the art gallery and bound the door with rope from the climbing center. I confronted Cyrus in the smoke lounge and he fired right away. The 3rd shot was a near miss. Ooh! Fuck. Cyrus! Not a step closer, Ashley. Unless you like to end up with your friend, Sylva. What do you know about Sylva? Now I know everything there is to know. Financial records, personal records, etc. After all, I'm the ultimate confidential informant. My job is to seek information about the Preservation Project subjects. I personally saw to its removal. And you're next. Not if I have anything to say about it! Yeah, I'd act fast if I were you. You wouldn't want to go down in flames without getting the information you want, would you? Who's racing up to end up in your room? Why, by yours truly, of course. And his personal vehicle is a 94 Lister Storm. The very vehicle is in the garage right now. Ah! Whoa! Cyrus looks so pretty here, even as he's like dying. Also, Ashley, just love her, even though she's probably gonna die. Fuck. Cyrus threatened me with an awful trinket and a time limit. He prepared split gasoline and had a blowtorch ready to burn the room down if I didn't act. I fought to keep him at bay. Oh, that's why the gas was there. He eventually dropped the gun. I retrieved the gun and gripped the handle furiously. But Cyrus remained completely cool. He noticed my hesitance and silently tossed a tiny rose gold bracelet in my direction. I snatched it out of the air, turned it over my hands, and revealed the name engraved in it. Sylva Prowler. What'll it be, Ashley? Ooh, Sylva didn't have time. Quiet! This isn't right! Why put us through this awful game? For the sake of the future! I'm not an ultimate student! Hold on, what did he say? What'll it be, Ashley? Sylva didn't have long to live anyway, so why not just expedite his demise? This isn't right! Why put us through this awful game? For the sake of the future! I'm not an ultimate student! What? Let's play a game. There's 2 more bullets somewhere in that chamber. If you fire and I live, I'll let you walk away scot-free. Your hands will be clean, and you were meant to be an ultimate student, born to benefit the world. If you fire and I die, then... Ooh! Of course, you know what happens. But in his last moments, he just lets out a chuckle, a sigh of relief. He looks relaxed. He looked as calm as when we first met him. I was confused. Why wasn't he fighting back at all? You're tough not to crack, you know. What are you doing? I'm trying to save you! I know I took a chance with that shot, but there has to be another answer! The Preservation Project is a mythical organization that I contributed to. I rallied this group of ultimate students, compiled all the information I could about all of you. All for the project. Project in their game. It's a cruel experiment. All for the sake of the future. Why are you telling me this? So you feel guilty about killing me. How could I not feel guilty?
There could have been some other way to get you out of this mess, Cyrus. I don't understand. Why did it have to come to this?
Because I thought I had immunity from the game. But when Zero called me out for my colorful talent, I knew something was wrong. Why would Zero, an arbiter for the killing game conducted by the Preservation Project, wish to reveal my place in the game? Something was wrong. That's what I was thinking. It's all wrong. Whole game is all wrong. Couldn't wrap my head around the thing he was saying. I didn't dare wish to know what he was talking about, but it's wrong. Copped out a small chuckle. This made you do a horrible thing. The problem with this game is that you become attached to the ones you're with. You're damn right about that. As time goes on, bonds are made with the strangers you eventually come to call your friends. I should never have involved myself with you at all. I couldn't meet his eyes. I knew it would be too painful. He might hate me for this, but it's for the best. For you and for me. Winning the game is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Sorry, but thank you for helping me escape this game. He held my hand in his own trembling grasp, weakly pushing my attempts at stopping the suffering away. No. Fuck! Why did Cyrus? I just want. Why couldn't we just have talked? We could have just talked. After I shot him, I knew immediately what terrible fate I found myself in. I was tethered to meet the same end the moment I fell into his trap. I fled the scene leaving it a mess, because I knew it would be pointless to conceal the truth. But even then, I knew the trial discussion would trace back to my incrimination. That's why I went so far as to shatter the vial of Complex 53 in Silva's bracelet to take myself out of the picture. Oh. That's why! Damn it, Ash! Ash! Why would you do such a thing to yourself? That's awful! I know. Please don't hate me. And forgive me for making such a selfish request, but all I ask is that you live and survive. Did it all for you. No.
Oh, that's so sweet. Come over here and die now. Too bad for you. That sickly sweet sentimentalism isn't going to save you from your execution, silly. Murder is murder. What's it that you say? Oh, there's no gray area about it. No. Wait. There's no stopping this freight train of despair. No. You're among the ones who sealed her fate after all. So sit back and enjoy the show. Fuck. No! Oh!
Ashley's hand slipped through mine. She disappeared into the black as I collapsed over myself. All I could do was pull myself up to keep my focus squarely on Ashley as her horrified visage was projected for us to grimace upon. I tried to soak up my final moments with her, even though I knew they were going to be gruesome. Ashley was chained to a metal post. An industrial whirring spun in my skull as a set of arms began to wind up. Clenched at the end of each arm was a horseshoe. Oh, fuck. Ashley was bound in the direct path across a mass of grinding machinery, 40 feet away. Oh my god. Fuck. Ashley's expression was taut. There was only one way out of this game for her. It was winding up in front of her, just a few paces away. The first pitch was thrown, a light clink as the arm against the horseshoe that made my heart drop. It missed with a full thud in the dirt behind Ashley. A second, third, fourth, sixth pitches were thrown with wild abandon, as if purposely missing to prolong my own suffering. The anticipation was miserable. Ashley's gray, sorrowful eyes seemed to meet mine, warm, and looked in the projected screen. I couldn't look any longer. Sick. I turned away in agony until then I heard the distinct sound of a pitch-breaking bone! Ashley Westbridge, ultimate jockey, execution by horseshoes. I think I'm gonna be sick too. I think I'm gonna be sick too. Ashley didn't deserve this, man. I could feel the life drain from my body. There was nothing but pain during her last moments. The pain that destroyed her body. And the pain that stung in her heart.
Oh, it's so satisfying building up all this hope and cheer to eventually strike it down with a decisive kill! It's a little boring though for you participants killing for defensive reasons. We didn't even give a motive, which is a bit of a curveball, but interesting that a murder occurred nonetheless. Well, I mean, I suppose I did, but sorry, I'm lost with an with the Preservation Project group. He got in the way of the game after all, so I guess it was beneficial for me in the end.
Is this like a different game than like the game that they usually play, I guess? The whole trial made my head spin. I feel wretched. I stared at the floor. Not a breath was heard from the others. It seemed just as stunned and silent. In the depths of our devastation, Eve's silvery voice crept in. I beseech you all to keep the memory of your friends close. It's awful! I don't want to remember this! Remain strong. As I nursed Ashley back to health, she kept asking aloud, Is Echo okay? Is Echo okay? She cared for you until her last breath. Do not think for a second she didn't put everything on the line for you. Why me? I apologize. I cannot say for certain what she was thinking, except Ashley, without a doubt, cared for you deeply.
I love these idiots so much. What? They were literally the best. They were just such besties. I love to see it.
As difficult as it is, cling to whatever remains of Ashley, her memory.
Really? That's all you have this time, Eve? Come on, some empty sentimentalism. You know, Eve claims to be on her side, but look what she's done. Why not just leave Ashley to die of the complexity 3 points, Eve? Oh, I know why. Because you love reveling into despair, too. She nursed Ashley back to health so I could kill her.
Ashley returned to rest, only to be cruelly beaten to death. That moment, that shred of relief, so quickly quashed, and it was so quickly mutilated into twisted dark feeling.
How pathetic. You'll never end the game like this. You'll fail once more. Despair will triumph over hope. Yet again, Eve. It's all your fault!
Zero and Eve walked away, and the courtroom was engulfed in solid darkness once again. Echo. Missy's voice was a whisper. She laid a gentle hand on my shoulder. Hey, let's get you out of here. Please, get me out of this tamper, please. I listlessly followed Missy out of the courtroom. Everyone else filtered out of the courtroom at their own pace as well, dissolving into their own individual lost thoughts for the evening. Not a single word. Missy led me down to the living quarters to my personal room. Before I entered, Canon stopped me out of nowhere.
Ahem.
I realize that must have been hard for you, Echo. But, here, take this. Canon handed me a photograph.
Huh?
What?
Oh, they always so adorable. Oh my god, they're all so adorable. Wow.
I'm going to short circuit. It's so adorable.
These are also everything about this picture is adorable. I love it so much.
Do I even need to point out how beautiful, gorgeous Missy, Cyrus, and Forte look? Do I even need to mention Say and Pandora? It's so cute.
They're so cute. I mean, look at the art and laugh. You can't do this to me, Gabe. You can't.
It's photo of the students gathered in the atrium. Everyone was in the photo except me and Canon. I took this photo on the first day. It's after the first killing game announcement. Huh? Oh. After the killing game announcement? I recall the moment in time. I went to my personal room after declining Ashley's invitation to use this fallout to Pandora. Art insisted that I work my magic and take a photo of the group since we'd be staying together as friends in this mansion.
Art, I miss you so much. Please come back. Please. Pandora, I miss you so much. I miss all of you fuckers so much.
Literally only half the people, half the people in this photo are alive. Art insisted that I work my magic and take a photo of the group since we'd be staying together as friends in the mansion. Despite that awful announcement, he still wanted to take a neat, pleasant picture. I'm a little embarrassed of it. I don't often photograph groups, but I hope this helps ease your pain. Why would you show me this? What do you mean? I don't want to see this. This idyllic scene of friends who aren't with us anymore. The killing, they're too vivid in my mind for me to believe a simple photograph. I hate this. Don't you dare rip it up, Echo. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. Ah! Echo! Oh, it's Canon. Canon! Canon, no. Canon tore the photo in half. Happy? Canon spat her final remark with half before sulking off. Her footsteps heavy on the carpet. Echo! Izzy picked up the piece of the photograph. That was awfully cold of you, Echo. What do you want me to do? Literally, my best friend just died. I mumbled. I have nothing to offer the world as an ultimate. I can't do anything. I feel like I lost myself in that trial. I had to detach myself from the people I care about. For what? The truth? I scoffed. After all, it was Missy's fault a gun was introduced to the group. It was her fault that the gun fell into the wrong hands. No, don't blame her, Echo! Her fault. I lost Ashley. No! She could not have known that this would have happened! Missy sighed softly. It was never my intention to get Ashley executed. I shrugged Missy away. I didn't want to listen to her. I went to my personal room. Sat on the bed. Oh, Echo. Echo, it's gonna be alright, babe. I mean, not right now, but it'll be alright eventually. Come on. Echo, please. I sat in the bed. I sat and I cried. It's so great. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, I gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. I don't know why that song came to my mind. Art and Ashley, who did a horrible thing for their friends. When pressed, the two of them only thought to protect the ones important to them. What an interesting concept. It's completely idiotic, though. They disregarded their lives for someone else. Stupid and selfless is what they were. You literally did just that, Echo. You literally were about to just deny the entire truth of Ashley being the culprit just because you didn't want, and throw away all the people alive in that trial for Ashley. You were gonna do the same thing. Selflessness gets you nothing in return. In a game like this, you have to be selfish and act in self-preservation. Always look out for number one. Number one. Oh, we're getting binary code? It goes non-binary, guys. This is not okay. Chapter 2 end. 6 students remain. Now that happens, I'm gonna cry now. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I had an idea, but I just... Still, Ashley was just a really good best friend character. I don't know if her relationship with Echo was platonic or romantic, but whatever it was, both of them cared about nothing but the other, and it's just, fuck, dude. And the way Lyle was the one to be like, Echo, you have to see the truth, even though he was the one who denied Art was the culprit. Well, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!